Alright, so we're gonna
Sponsored by
do.
Can I
Fuck
talk
that
about
noise.
how we got hacked?
Oh, did we get hacked?
Twitter got, a bunch of sites got hacked.
Oh,
like 3
yeah, I
times
saw
today.
that. I saw that.
UNATCO hacked. Twitter hacked. Arby's hacked.
Statue of
Netflix
Liberty.
hacked. Statue of Liberty hacked.
Statue of Liberty hacked.
Is it Putin again?
No,
Or-
like the attacks are
It's
coming
Rocco.
from inside the U.S.
The
but,
inside
like,
the
you know,
house.
Oh shit!
proxies exist, so I'm not sure.
I think
Get out of the
it's. I think it's Bernie. He's
Bernie.
Super
he's
salty.
not giving up. This is his last chance. He's gonna bring down the whole system.
when he said feel the burn, he meant his firewall.
He meant-
The
Yeah.
firewall.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 19 of the Comfycast. We're back after a long hiatus of family life and working and taking a break in general, but video games are back, baby. I'm Reddish Blues, and I'm joined by Mr. Hoot, as always.
Hello again.
Varia.
Eh.
High energy. And Poon Dunkus,
Boom.
resident dubber. So, we're... for those of you who don't know, because we've been gone for a while, about a month, we're a video game podcast, talks about, comfy video games and news that's going on, what we have been playing and stuff. And we also have a community on a website called Dubtrack where we play comfy video game music. So search us on Google. Anyways, let's get into our. Has anyone been playing anything over this past month that they want to talk about before we get into the big news? By the way, today is October the 21st, so a lot of news just happened yesterday. It was like a huge explosion on the internet of shit that happened. But let's. Has anybody been playing anything they want to talk about before we get into all that?
I've been playing something in particular a lot since last Friday, actually, and that's Dragon Quest Builder
On
Vita.
Vita, okay.
Didn't you say you got a chance to try that out at a game show or something?
Oh yeah, It was a
Was it
demo.
as good as you thought it would be?
Yeah, it's like I tried it back in July for the first time, and I didn't expect much of it. So I thought like, oh, it's kind of like a Square Enix attempt to a Minecraft clone with some more quirky Dragon Quest elements. But no, it's really, really damn good. It is like a straight up mix between Minecraft and an RPG.
That's
But
cool.
yeah, it's much more focused. There's a lot more objectives going on, but it has a lot of charm, and actually I like it a huge amount. Like I've been playing it almost it's the only game I've been playing since I got it, and especially on Vita where you could just put it on and play it in your bed, which is super comfy. So highly recommend this game either on PS4 or Vita. I would recommend on Vita actually. It plays pretty well. It runs at 30 most of the time and has some dips if you like bring the camera closer, but it's really not that bothering, and it looks really good.
Cool.
Yeah, I tried the demo at we tried it at PAX West, and I was impressed with it. I didn't think that that you guys were gonna be so into it though, because I know you got it, and our other friend 599 got it, and
Yeah.
yeah, they're super into it. Well, that's cool. Anything else you've been playing?
Actually, pretty funny as well. I was gonna say
The what?
the writing is actually
Oh, the writing.
pretty
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, because there's a particular asshole in the chapter 2 of the story who's called Nosh, and he will constantly
Oh, shit.
require you to get food for him and will make fun of your face constantly. Like, the very first thing he sees you and, like, a nurse lady who's with you, and, like, he goes, oh, like, I've been woken by a nurse with the face of an angel and some other dude with the face of a potato.
Wow, rude.
Yeah.
That's messed up. Anything else you've been playing?
Well, I have been playing Street Fighter V again after not touching it for a long time because they came out with that update for like the daily challenge stuff. Though it's more like weekly challenges, they're not really daily. But it's something. So I'm playing a little
It gives
bit
me
more.
purpose.
Yeah, I mean, you get like, I don't know, 6 or 7 thousand points a week from it, and a character is 100,000. So, like by that math, if you just do them every week, that's 3 free characters a year. So,
Pretty good.
yeah, I mean, it could be better, but it's also free shit ultimately. So, maybe this time I'll get better, but probably not.
How's the multiplayer scene? Is it still alive? There's still a lot of people playing. You can find matches real quick.
I mean, I don't actually have trouble finding matches, but I don't know. It might also depend on what time you're playing. Usually, when I play, it's in the evenings, East Coast time. So I don't know if other people who are logging on get that same kind of traffic.
Yeah. Have you been playing that too, Varia? Still keeping up with it, or?
No, I haven't actually. I haven't touched it since. When did it come out?
February?
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
March. Yeah, almost a year, nearly.
Your
I'm not
region's
sure
pretty
why.
fun though. Well, I mean, we don't have to get into its problems because it had a bunch, but
No, let's get into it. No, I'm just playing. Okay.
I don't know. I just think that it has gotten a lot better since it did when it launched, and it's a pity that all of the reviews are still out there complaining about things that have since been patched in for free. It's like, what are you going to do about it? It's like, it's your own fault for launching with an unfinished game.
It's been pretty slow to fix the
game. And
game.
it has been slow, but it's like, if I'm a new player coming into it in 2017, I'm looking at reviews, I'm like, oh wow, it doesn't even have a versus CPU mode? And it's like, well, that was true 12 months ago.
Yeah.
But
Just a bad launch.
So.
Just a bad launch.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. I guess most people will stick with Street Fighter 4 for like. I mean, they're still sticking with it.
The tournament scene is real big. I don't think anyone's going back to 4, but like the tournament year is kind of concluding. The big end of the year Capcom Cup tournament is happening this December. So we'll see what happens from there, what they announce for like plans going ahead, or if the pro players keep sticking with it or not.
Right. Anyway. I was also gonna say, didn't they have that hack like on PC where they like rooted your PC or something and had to like patch it like overnight?
Yeah, that was a weird thing. They like accidentally on purpose put in some like rootkit shit, and then they did like take it out, the day after. And as far as I know, no one got actually hacked from it. But it's just a weird thing that did nothing but make them look like incompetent idiots. So,
man,
it was a prank.
It was a joke.
A prank gone too far.
All right, fight the CPU. Literally.
I haven't been playing. Well, actually, I've been playing a lot, but and I wanted to touch on this really quick. Everything I've been playing, for some reason, we were talking about this yesterday, is a Square Enix game. I don't know how that happened. Like,
Square Enix is back, baby.
Yeah, it's weird.
They are.
I gotta keep playing Dragon Quest Builders. I've been playing Rise of the Tomb Raider on PS4 because it just came out, the whole collector edition 20-year whatever celebration thing. It's really good. Into it. There's a bunch to do. I fucked up a little bit, well, not in a huge way, but I was doing what I thought was the main storyline, and it ended up being the DLC because like it's kind of integrated. It's kind of integrated into like a whole area, at least. Like the map is all together, and you can traverse all the different base camps and stuff. It's like more kind of open worldish, I guess. But the DLC is like spawns like right in the middle, basically. Like and it comes with everything once you buy the collector's edition or whatever. Yeah. So it was just there, and I thought I was following the main mission, following these like red markers, but that was that Babu Yaga deal. I didn't know the DLC was called that. If I would have known that, I would have known that was not the main storyline, But I finished all of it. But... I did all of it, the whole thing, and I was like, "Is this the end of the game?" Because it wasn't that long. But then I met up with the dude that I was supposed to. I was like, "Oh right, this was the mission I was on."
He's like, "Where were you?"
I was killing a witch, and I was like, "Well, this is seasonal, at least,
Laura, please.
Yeah, it's like, what happened? When did this lady come out? But I'm having a good time with it. Other than that, playing Final Fantasy 14, which over this past month we've all got back into. Maybe that had to do with us leaving. There's a Halloween event stuff going on right now. What else have I been playing?
Is there a new broom I can get?
Oh no, there's no new broom, but there's a chair mount, but it's not out yet. Oh. Yoshi messed up and promised this thing.
They added the broom and all the stuff from last year into the cash shop now.
Oh, that's
Oh.
right. Yeah. So
Yeah, sucks.
I don't feel as special. Yeah, I don't feel as special riding around on it because now everyone has access to it. That was from last year's event though. Yeah, but that's all I've been playing. Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy. Looking forward to Final Fantasy 15.
And
Sort of.
also World of
Ish.
Final Fantasy is coming out.
World of Final
soon.
Fantasy Tuesday. Got that pre-order. Jesus
Beautiful.
Christ, Square Enix. Why? Oh yeah, I tried the demo. That was cool. Yeah. So, Vario, you been playing anything you want to talk about? No video games.
Over the last month, it's just been Overwatch, but I also bought the silver case, and I've been playing that. There's two sides of the story. One's like the main story where you.
I was going to ask you if it's good because I've been to 2 events invited by Suda51 and I haven't played this game yet, so I feel like a huge.
Oh man, look.
I bet he knows. Every time he sees you, he's just shaking his head. He's like,
Why won't you hoot up?
Well, the main story is it's called Transmission, and I forgot the name of the other one, but one side you're a detective that's called you can name your own character in that, and so let's say you type your name in Hoot, then you'll just be called Hoot throughout the story, but one of the guys calls you Big Dick, and at one point he calls you Big Dick Chinchilla. He's like, yeah, Private Big Dick Chinchilla. That's a good name. So he just calls you Big Dick throughout the story anyway. I know it's funny, but the whole thing is a mystery crime fiction in Japan. It's set in this really weird new type of city that's basically trying to be the next capital of Japan, and it's split up into 24 sections, and there's basically 2 factions of policing. They do cleanup, so public orders and balance, and there's not a lot of criminal activity pushed into the public eye. And basically there's a bunch of whole shady stuff about evil spirits being inside you and evil never dying and stuff like that, Suda 51 stuff. So basically I finished the transmission side, which is the main story, and the other side is in the background. So there's background characters that you don't really know about or don't really see in the main story, but they play their own role, individual roles in those separate other side of the story. But I basically like the story, but I could also see how it wasn't a popular game to begin with.
Yeah.
A lot of the translations the translation's good here, but a lot of the stuff doesn't make sense because I got stuck in the first part of the game for a good 45 minutes, and all they were trying to tell me was oh, just go through the door and see what's next. But I was roaming around this one boxed area, trying to be all you've seen the BioShock video, my mind when I'm playing BioShock.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to do that. I saw a magazine on the floor. I was flipping through pages. And one of the idols' name is Saya Bayon Sai or something like that. And I was trying to change the letters to numbers, and there's there's a number panel, right, where there's this huge string of numbers, and it's also a cipher. So you have to put in the right numbers and change them to letters, and to get get a combination or something. And I spent a good 45 minutes typing her name in and changing numbers, and then making her name into numbers and change. I don't know. So then I found out. I looked up a guide, and I feel so embarrassed. The guide said just go through the door, and then the story continued. So there's a bunch of parts in that game. Well, just in the beginning, that have those kind of moments.
Look at the screen, you realize you were playing BioShock the whole time.
man, that's rough, especially in a puzzle game, because you would expect it to have that sort of stuff. But that's happened to me before when what was it? I think it was Skyward Sword of all things. Just go into the dungeon. There's a little thing you hit above the door. For some reason, I never looked up. I don't know why. And so I spent half an hour running all around the area trying to find did I not hit all the things to make the door open? What am I doing wrong here? And I had to look it up and oh, it's just right above the door. How did I not notice that? I'm an idiot.
And people say they want games to be harder.
And the worst part? That game has an auto solve. So basically you hit the auto solve key, and it just solves every puzzle for you. You don't have to think about it. So you could just play it as a VN if you want to. You don't need to like think about solving puzzles. And for like the longest part, I would click the auto solve but not press enter. So like, so I wouldn't like open doors. And I would hit the auto solve, and I thought that was a clue or something because it has a magnifying glass on the button. So I would like go back and forth between these areas and like putting codes and stuff. Like, what the hell?
You need someone to solve the auto solve.
Yeah.
No, but the game's kind of weird with its narrative because it's Suda51's debut game, and it's just, I don't know. By playing this, you can see a lot of the elements in later of his games, like the transitions between each case. Well, because like each mission is like a case, an individual case that like ends up wrapping up in the final one. So in the transition between each of his cases has like the moon and a bunch of these like flying texts. And if you look at Killer is Dead, he has those same transitions with the cryptic words and the moon, and it's just, you can see a lot of the elements like early on in this game.
Well, it's coming out to PS4. I think it just came out on PS4 actually, the remastered.
No, it's being announced
next
PS4
year.
in Europe.
Oh, never mind.
2017, baby.
Well, rip in peace. All right. Good weeks, guys. Good job playing video games. Auto solving. Seems like we both got lost in our games. Moving on to news. Actually, let's take a break, guys. Let's take a little bit of break here. Yeah, let's take a break. Week's over. Take a break. We'll come back, talk about some news. Okay?
Right.
Sound good? All right.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Hey, we're back. We're going to talk about some video game news.
We know
Ooh.
which one.
Let's start with the Cowboys
Yeah.
football
So-
team. No, yeah, the Cowboys. Red Dead Redemption 2 was announced. Finally. Yeah. For fall 2017. Did you guys see the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
no.
hype? Oh, you didn't see the trailer?
I'm not. I don't know.
I'm not a fan of watching trailers for some reason, but
That's
it
actually smart. I don't like watching trailers for movies and stuff, but they didn't show anything.
Like,
Like
a gameplay trailer?
no,
or
it was
a
just like
teaser?
it was just
Oh,
like
okay.
It was yes and no, like game for bit like
shows the
it was
world.
just like, hey, here is a game about cowboys going
Yeah.
around
Oh,
in
okay.
America.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I'm having a problem with all these open world games. Is that to me they all look like they're set in the same place.
Well, yeah, there's not really any
it's
other
all the
Western.
same,
But you're
like,
right. Yeah,
Montana.
Yeah,
All of these
Montana.
games could be set in Montana. To me, Skyrim looks
It's
like
beautiful.
Montana. Fallout 4 looked like
Looks like
Montana. I know it's
Montana.
supposed to be New England, but it's I guess it got trees and mountains and snow and like scrub brush and all that shit.
Far Cry,
Fallout-
Montana.
Not Fallout. Far Cry Primal was like prehistoric Montana. I don't know.
Prehistoric
It's all foreign to me.
Montana.
It's not none of
so
it's even.
so like Montana. Really.
Yeah. I don't
Persona 5, Montana. You just think everything is Montana.
Digimon Sun.
Have you ever seen Montana? Pooh?
know. I've seen pictures of Montana.
Street Fighter 5, Montana. Pokemon, Montana.
Montana.
Oh
No,
shit,
Pokemon's set in West State, but that's besides the point.
Hawaii.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at pictures of Montana, and he's kind of right.
Yeah, it's beautiful open
I can
world
see
environment.
Skyrim. See Skyrim.
Yeah.
Never-ending plain
Yeah,
land.
I
Yeah.
don't know,
So
I guess
that's,
I like more fantasy in my stuff. I'd like it if like there that exists, but then also you go to like, Shifting Sands Land or Leaf World.
right.
or
I mean,
whatever.
yeah,
That's
right.
just-
But there's so much they can do with this, because it's supposed to be kind of historic. I mean, obviously historical, where it's like the Old
No,
West
I'm
and stuff.
sure it'll be a good game. I'm sure.
But yeah, not focusing on the topography. Let's talk about how much did you play Red Dead on the Red Dead Redemption? Who played a lot of Red Dead Redemption?
5 hours.
Wow. Boone, did you play it at all?
Not
Nope.
at all.
Hoot.
Not a lot as well.
I actually want to play Red Dead Revolver first because I feel dirty going to Redemption.
Oh,
straight.
good.
Yeah.
Well, then I think this game is going to appeal more to you guys than like even me, because I spent a lot of time in Red Dead Redemption. And the one thing I'm like, it's super cool. Oh god, it's coming back. I wanted it for PC, just because I always do. Didn't announce it, right? Maybe they'll do the double dip like they did with GTA 5. That's what I'm hoping.
Probably.
But
Matter of time.
I'm excited because I had a lot of fun in it, but also it's like I had all that fun already. So it's kind of like, what's different about it? Like, show me. Like, I don't think, if anything, they're gonna focus more on online, and that was probably the worst part of it. For me, or maybe it was back then, but I didn't like GTA 5 online much at all.
So
I know
when
it's
would
like,
you want to see that.
I don't know. I want. I mean, yeah, different stories. I kind of am hoping it's not. I was kind of hoping it was a little bit more in the future, more like Industrial Revolution, kind of a little bit maybe, but obviously it's not so much. I don't know. Just like Red Dead Redemption. It's Red Dead Redemption 2. That's another thing. The name, right? They could have just gone with another R word, like a lot of people were expecting them to, but now it's
so
like
many
that.
Good RE words.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It could have been Red Dead Revenge, Red Dead Revolution.
I'm a little bit
Red
scared they'll
Dead.
tie it too much to Red Dead Redemption, and obviously the name is not a good indicator that they won't, because it's like Red Dead Redemption 2, so it's basically,
Red Dead
they didn't. Yeah, they're Red Dead Re. No, but yeah, so the trailer good, and I'm excited along with everyone else. But yeah, for a while there, I was scared when I thought they were just gonna straight up call it like Red Dead Online or something,
Man, if they call the next Elder Scrolls Skyrim 2,
Two Rim.
I'm gonna become upset.
Let us rim you again.
They have to go. They have to just get away from Skyrim. I think they have to just be Elder Scrolls something. What's the next one? I don't know Elder Scrolls lore.
The
Elder Scrolls Montana.
Again. I think the rumored one for like the next one was like the Wood Elf place. But
Elfenheim or whatever.
yes, pretty much. That I don't remember the name, but I don't
Lothlorien?
think it's even confirmed. So
Elder Scrolls The Hobbit. Anyways, so that was the trailer. We watched it and stuff. Do we want to go into the huge news right away? Was there anything else we're forgetting? Did you guys see the trailer to Logan?
What was that?
Wolverine.
The Old Man Logan movie.
I actually like the trailer, but I just like Johnny Cash's cover of the Hurt. Yeah.
Never mind.
For the 12th use of the song Hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
that looks like that would be good. I actually liked this Wolverine in Japan movie. I thought that was fun.
It was all right. I'm telling you, the reason I like the Wolverine movies, I don't know why we're talking about this. The reason I like the Wolverine movies more than I like the X-Men movies or like the Avengers movies is because I don't like when they try to cram so many, like, they cram a bunch of characters into it and they all just seem shallow because they don't focus on anyone. Like, if this is just Logan, the little girl, and Patrick Stewart as Professor X, that's great. Mm-hmm. That's all I need. I want them to focus on them,
Yeah.
Also, that is straight up The Last of Us. Like, if you watch the trailer, that's just basically what it is.
And dads are big right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dads in Montana. That's what's in.
Dads in Montana.
The Logan 2017.
We should make a game set in Montana with just dads. Online, you can be a dad. We give you a family, and you have to go out and protect them.
Wait, hold on. So does that mean that like half the players have to play as dads, the other half the players have to play as little girls to be protected?
It's not like we'll have a problem finding people online who want to play as little girls, Poon. Yeah, we could call it Rad Dads. That's a good name. Good job, Varia. Rad Dad Redemption. I can't make that fun. Okay, anyways.
For that third R.
Let's get to the main news of video games, guys. Yesterday.
Wait, number one, we got hacked.
Let's cut through this first. we got hacked today. Everybody got hacked. Are we done being hacked?
UNATCO hacked.
Rad Dad hacked. Montana hacked.
NAC 2 hacked.
Did they say who this was? Have they said what it is?
No. It's just a huge attack.
Well, all my shit still works, so
thankfully we're all okay.
This is all just a program right now. We've all been hacked. I'm talking to 3 bots. I think they got to Poon.
He's being reconfigured right now.
I think they shot him. They sniped him. Get away from the window, Poon!
I'm okay. That was just my cat.
Oh.
They're throwing crayons at him.
They're firing cats at him. They're the nicest hackers ever. All right, we got hacked. Moving on to video game news, guys. The Switch was announced yesterday by Nintendo. Holy shit. It finally happened. That was the NX.
Yep.
It's called the Switch. And have you guys made the hashtag Switch?
First,
No.
it's a good name. Like,
I like
maybe
the
not
name.
the best name ever,
I like the
but
name
it's
a lot.
solid. No one's
Yeah.
you can't clown it.
Certainly
Look,
better than
You
Wii
can't
U.
get worse. Yeah, you can't get worse coming from Wii and Wii U, unless they said
That's
Wii U
true.
2. Which, in a
It's
way,
not the
it kind of
biggest
is.
Dreamcast
It's kind of
ever,
funny because
so-
it kind of is a Wii U 2 when you really think about it. So let's talk about what it is. Who wants to describe it? Who wants to sum it up?
Slapped on controllers.
What? A
Well,
what?
so it's the console itself is the tablet. That's the primary unit is the tablet.
Right. That's where the
then-
power comes from.
Right, exactly. And that can it has like these two little wings that you attach onto the sides of it to give you the proper all the controls you would have on a traditional controller. Basically,
Right.
it turns it into like the Wii U gamepad.
Right.
And the thing is, why it's Switch, is that you can plug that tablet into this little docking station, and it plays on the TV, and then you take those wings off and plug them into this little centerpiece, and hey, you got a controller, and you're playing on the screen.
Right. I just got an email from Nintendo that says, please refer to them as Joy-Cons. I'm not sure how they're hearing this.
Joy-Cons?
I think we've been hacked.
Yeah, that's the official name.
Wow.
Yeah, they're called Joy-Cons.
Of the what? The little stick parts?
Yeah, the two little
Nubbins?
controller parts.
Oh.
Joy-Cons.
Joy-Cons.
Joy-Con. Come to Joy-Con 2017.
That's okay.
We're gonna have a ball pit. Yeah, so you connect it to your TV. You can take it on the go.
Right.
Now,
But
who's into this? Who likes it?
I like it. I think, like, setting aside how well I think it's going to do, I like it. Me personally, it looks good. I already like the Wii. I think it's a decent, the Wii U, whatever. It's a decent system. I don't care about the power so much, especially because I already own a PS4 and a PC, so I can play the games that aren't going to come to it. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look cancerous. There's no forced motion controls. There's no forced touchscreen. There's no forced 3D. There's no forced dual screens. That's the other thing. It's only one screen at a time. A lot of people I've seen are confused and think that you'll like have it on the TV and in your hand, but that's not the case.
Yeah,
Like
you
the
can't.
Wii
It's
U,
impossible.
It's one or the other.
Yeah,
It's not switch.
exactly.
You got to switch between them. So it looks like it'll replace the Wii U, and I'm like, hey, that's going to happen. It looks okay.
The gimmick to me isn't so intrusive, like
Mhm. That's
where
a good way to put
it's
it.
really just a choice. Like you said, it's where do you want to play it,
Mhm.
But I'm not sure if it has a touchscreen or not. I don't think they've commented on whether it doesn't.
So there's been some. It's a good thing we kind of pushed this thing back a day to talk about it, because there'd be some extra news from some insiders like Laura K-Buzz, who's been notoriously right about all previous info about the NX and the PS4 Pro. So it's pretty much confirmed that it's going to be a touchscreen for
Okay.
the Switch. But also that some other specs is that we don't exactly know if the dock is going to provide extra power or not.
I
Yeah,
see what you mean. Yeah,
That
Because
was
that's a big thing, because right now the Switch, as it stands in its current specs, which have been described, it's still the weakest of the big three. Like, it's a slightly weaker Xbox One.
yeah. That was
And-
sort of what I was like, because that's the thing is that it's portable. You're not gonna get
Mhm.
that sort of power. It's like if they could make a PS4 that was that small, they would have done it. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, it probably would have cost an arm and a leg.
Right, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. They could have made it that small, and it would have been like $600. And Nintendo is
To be
gonna
fair, we don't
choose-
know what this is, how much it's going to be. It could still
Yeah.
come out and be $600.
Yeah, they could, but I mean, Nintendo historically has always chosen to be underpowered and cheap.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that kind of gets into now my worries about it is, again, it's the weakest. It's coming out like the Wii U was already weaker than the competition, and here we are 4 years later, and you're still weaker, and the other guys
Yeah,
are
I
putting
mean
out next
it's
steps.
gonna be Nintendo. They're gonna focus on their first parties, and
Yeah.
I get all that.
But it's like if I'm a dev, if I'm making Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'm saying, okay, I'm already developing this. My target build is the, Scorpio and PS4
Right,
Pro.
right,
I'm downgrading it so it can be played on the regular PS4 and Xbox. You want me to downgrade it another step to play on
right. Which
this
is
thing
which is exactly what happened with
that
Wii
has
U.
less of an install base than the
Yeah,
Wii U because it's fucking new? I don't know. That's risky. It sounds really hella
it's a
risky.
gamble. It's a gamble for
So,
devs right now. But they did release that list that has like a bunch of devs, which
Yes.
you can't always trust. But
yeah, I don't know.
it's good to know that they're in talks with those people.
Mhm.
So I want to just go back from the beginning. So the first thing that someone pointed out, which I found pretty interesting in the trailer itself, is I think the first time in a long while where they don't show any kids.
That's
Oh, you're
true.
right.
Interesting.
They showed fucking Karen walking over to her party with her friends with
It's
her.
all like young adults.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
these
Doing
hipsters and
these highly improbable things when you
yuppies.
go to a party and you start playing Mario Kart on a tiny screen, like while 6 other people watch you.
Right, while you're
Yeah.
driving.
Yeah.
Look out the window, you fucks.
So it's like we're gonna go karting, yeah, but like
I
we
mean,
can't play
like,
Mario
now you
Kart.
know what this is going to take off at? This is going to be big at anime conventions. You know that.
Cons, yeah, I can see
You know
that.
what I mean? Like, you already see all those.
Oh yeah, this would be a
people
huge hit
sitting
at
with their
Joy-Con.
3DSs spot passing like whores along the corridors.
Yeah.
So now they're going to be doing the same thing, spreading their digital germs on the NX controllers,
Ooh.
Whoa.
switches, or whatever. They
Digital
Um,
germs. Did we just
But
get
they're
hacked
not going
again?
to be able to do it for long though, because one of the other specs that's leaked is the battery life, and it's rumored to
Ooh.
be 3 hours max.
Ouch.
Wow. Okay, I was
That's
not
not good.
expecting that, honestly.
Yeah,
That's not good at all.
I don't know. I want them to come out and just say officially what everything is, because I don't know how much of everything is real or what. Because I also heard like it's region free. They've been saying that since yesterday. Can't
I've
find
heard
a source
that
on
too.
that. Can't find
Yeah,
a source on it.
no.
So I don't know what to trust, whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like anything less than 4 hours, and it's like a death sentence, at least for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, so here's the thing, is like, so it's portable, right? Now, where are
Yeah.
you going to be taking it? I don't go on the train anymore. So the only place I'm going to be taking this thing is when I go, to the airport and on the plane. And the plane flights I go on are cross country and across the ocean. Those are like,
Yeah.
6 hours. So if
Yeah.
it's going to conk out after 3, it's like, well, I guess that's something, but
I might as well keep my 3DS.
exactly. Although that only
Yeah.
really gets like 3.5, so it's not much better, but
True.
still.
The battery is not super impressive to me, but I will say that I don't even other than like flights, I don't even really see myself using it as handheld other than when I just want to like lay down and not be in front of a screen,
And
that's annoying though, because I don't want to have to get up in the middle of it when it's dying and now I'm forced to use the screen. Like, what is the point? I want to play as much as I can out of it,
Yeah.
and it has to be like at least 4 hours of that.
Yeah. We
4
can
to
agree
6.
though that just like playing Wii U in bed is like super comfy.
It's
You know
great,
what I
but
mean?
if your
Like-
bed's right in front of your TV, because you literally can't. I can't move that thing out of a room without without losing connection for some reason.
I have like this ghetto ass setup where my TV and stuff is against the wall, and then my bedroom is like kind of behind it. So if I
It
have my bed
reaches.
in such a way that the connection goes through just right, like Pacha making those fingers right now, it's just right, and
Yeah,
I can browse internet and stuff like that sitting in bed.
that's nice.
That's
It works better for me using the PlayStation. What is it? The Remote Play. For some reason,
Oh, yeah.
that's a lot stronger than.
Well, speaking as someone probably out of the four of us probably plays the most on handhelds like Vita and 3DS.
Mhm.
Yeah, the NX, well, the Switch now, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I move around quite a bit, and it's true that, but the Vita is already kind of cumbersome to bring about. Like, it's not.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's usually I really love having this on planes or on trains, on long trips, because it's just perfect. It has a really good battery and most of all like rest life, which is more that I can say about the 3DS.
Mhm.
And I can still like the charger is not really cumbersome, but it's still something that I have to carry in my bag. I cannot really put it in my pocket. It's quite large still as a portable system. The NX seems to be even more of that, but
It's
Oh,
an
yeah,
iPad.
You're
Yeah.
not getting that in a pocket. No way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
yeah, I can get it in the bag, but I'm guessing like I'm not gonna be able to charge it at any time during the travel unless like they make a portable charger that's gonna cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah. It's
Um,
got all these problems that it arises. Like that's what I'm saying is it's cool looking at the actual hardware and seeing how it works will probably be impressive. But then when you think about all the little things, it's like I don't know if it's worth it.
So the second thing is like you mentioned, it's like okay, they have this big list of partners. So first thing first, for any console, like these big lists mean like take it with a huge grain of salt. It's never really meant truly anything. It's like it's only delivers like basically said, yeah, sure, we'll consider doing something for your console. It's not like it doesn't mean they have like a game being made right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
It's more like they called them up and were like, "Hey, do you want to know the name for our system?" Like, "Oh, I guess so."
Yeah.
Like, here, now you know it. And they're like, "I guess
Yeah.
we know it, huh?"
Like yeah, sure, we'll buy like a dev kit or
Yeah.
something like that. And we all remember like also PS4 had the same thing, and the Xbox One had the same thing. Where like look at all our Japanese developers working with us. And
Oh,
2
yeah.
years later, like it was still a fucking drought until like stuff like Bloodborne came out or Halo came out.
Yeah.
So
remember
don't,
when-
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember when the Wii U. Now that you say it, I remember when the Wii U was announced. There was some video at E3 where they had like, all these gaming luminaries talking about how excited they were for it.
Yeah.
And like a CEO of Activision saying like, "It's a new paradigm. It's gonna be revolutionary. I love it." And like everyone's
yeah,
there,
EA
and then
saying unprecedented partnership with
yeah,
Nintendo.
exactly. Talk about how cool it is. And like, sure, they crapped out, some ports of last gen titles, and Ubisoft did their half-baked new IP that they always seem to do for your Nintendo system, and that was it. So yeah, it's worrying. I don't.
I wouldn't say worrying. It's just like this is what to expect now with any new console. Is that
That's a good point. Yeah,
and
better way to
especially
say it.
Nintendo, like third party is never going to be a huge thing on it. It's only going to depend on what's on sales, but they're probably going to get a few things at the beginning, but it's always on the long run. Like yeah, first like of course the first year you're probably going to see some ports and a bit of third parties on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's after 2 years yet you want to wonder like, are they still going to be here?
So speaking of ports, we saw a couple of games in the trailer, right? And none of those were like officially confirmed, announced titles or anything. They're just kind of cheeky shown in there. But what did we have? We had the Breath of the Wild. We know that for sure. So that's one thing.
That's
but
the
then
big
like
one.
but then like we had a little bit of Skyrim, and then Bethesda's like, actually, we are not confirming anything. We're like, okay.
It's like they immediately went out like
Immediately like that doesn't mean anything. We don't know how they got that video
Yeah.
actually. And then there's that NBA 2K17 or whatever.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's like, okay, I guess that can be a thing. And then,
I don't those little tiny controllers. I don't see anyone really like focusing on doing that.
Yeah, those look weird. But then there was a Mario Kart that had
King Boo.
Yeah, it had King Boo, and you had 2 items instead of just the one.
Well, yeah, it was clearly like a different Mario Kart. It was clearly like a different Mario game.
Apparently, it's not.
That's the thing, is I'm wondering if does that mean it's a new Mario Kart, or is it just basically a port of Mario Kart 8 with the DLC bundled in and some new features,
I also have news with that, and that comes from Emily Rogers' Twitter, who also is an insider, who's been also pretty kind of right on several things about the NX in the past in particular. Well, she's saying basically that what we saw for Mario Kart and Splatoon, and eventually also she's talking about Smash Brothers, are not new games. They will be enhanced ports.
Okay.
So it's not Splatoon 2, it's not a new Mario Kart, it's going to be Mario Kart 8 with some added stuff.
That kind of actually makes sense. So that way they have games on it right away, but it's not exactly like just, it's the same thing you played on Wii. Like, I'm kind of glad they do that. Now, I will say that if they charge full price for this shit, if you already had it before, that's kind of fucked up. They should give you maybe some kind of a discount. Nintendo.
Nintendo discounts.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I never actually bought Mario Kart 8, so if they put out a new version, like, yeah, I'll probably pick that up.
I'd pay full price if it had a bunch of new tracks, a bunch of new characters, and they changed fucking battle mode. That's the only way I would pay full price.
Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't get Mario Kart 8 is because the battle mode I heard was shit. As in, like, non-existent. You just played on the tracks instead of actual battle courses. But,
And
yeah,
the
like...
two other ports that have not been
Yeah.
shown but are pretty
Go.
much almost confirmed is like, well, we've seen Splatoon, we've seen Mario Kart, and the other two will be Smash Brothers and Mario Maker, apparently.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Those are their 4 top-selling Wii U games, honestly.
Yeah.
Everything else below that is, like, don't even bother.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of how good the game is, like, I love Bayonetta 2. It's not
Yeah,
a
that's
seller.
not gonna get.
Yeah.
There's just no point. Like, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could see them making a little profit, double dipping, getting those. And also the thing is that they've got to be hoping on not just getting all the Wii U users to adopt. The whole point is to get everyone who skipped the Wii U to pick
Yeah.
this one up. That's really what they need to do. They need to say, hey, everyone who thought the Wii U looked like a gimmicky toy piece of crap, come try this. It's also looks like a gimmicky toy, but it's not a piece of crap.
It's gonna be kind of weird when you think about it. When I think about the way I play, and I feel like I'm gonna leave that. It's like because it looks like just an iPad when sitting in the dock, right? So I feel like I'm gonna have like an iPad sitting in my like living room just there forever because I'm probably never gonna use the thing like, or at least a lot less than I use just the regular controller. Like even with Wii U, I just use the Pro controller or the tablet when I have to, but. Even now, like I haven't picked it up in a long time, and it's just weird seeing. But it looks different because it's kind of it's chunky, it's big, and it's got that casing and everything. But just seeing a tablet there is going to be weird. Like, oh, I've got that tablet there, but I can't use it for anything besides Mario.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's going to be strange.
It's weird. This is just such a weird console generation cycle in all, and this is making it even more weird to come out with a new half system. Half step, still underpowered. It's more like they're saying, okay, what if we did the Wii U's concept, but better, and like marketed it better, and got things on it more together, and packaged it better. They're basically hoping that they can pretend the last 4 years didn't happen, and for their sake they better, because otherwise, I don't know where you go from here. It's like, what if this flops then? They've basically killed off their handheld and their console systems for the sake of this thing.
Yeah, they're going to have to push hard. But the thing that's cool about it is since it does both, I guess it's like everyone all in. Like, anyone who's developing for 3DS, anyone who's developing for Wii U, just everyone.
That might help them push out content for it if it ends up in a situation where they're the only ones making games for it again. Because instead of splitting their resources between 2 systems, like everything will just come to the same system, so it'll at least look more
because the third
bulky.
parties were overwhelmingly, for now, like making big system sellers for like the 3DS, notably stuff like Monster Hunter. Then they can move it finally to a more powerful console, and that will push like the Switch for sure. So that's one of the big things. And so we've been talking about it on Dub, and another dubber brought it up. The first is that it's super important, and I think this is what's going to be the big make or break, is how fast are they going to drop 3DS, if they're going to drop it completely, and we hope they will, for the reasons mentioned above, is that we want them to completely focus on one console, so that they stop trying to split hairs between like 2 different platforms, with one being incredibly unfavored.
Yeah. Like, if I'm being honest, I'm fucking tired of playing on the 3DS's crap-ass resolution,
Oh, yeah. The reason I won't touch a Monster Hunter.
I don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
And if we could just stop doing that, that would be great. Now, here's another question. If this replaces a 3DS, right? So it becomes, then, by default, the only handheld console, because Sony is not supporting the Vita anymore. But the Vita still exists, so the question is, those Japanese developers, the Compile Hearts dudes, who are putting out, Altair Panty Quest and stuff.
Oh, my favorite game. Go on.
What do they do? Do they continue to put it out on the Vita, or do they jump ship to the new Nintendo handheld in the hopes that the new Nintendo handheld.
I
will
don't
have
think
bigger
they'll
market
jump ship
share.
to Nintendo because of the type of games. But yeah, I don't know. I think they go to PS4. I think they just focus on that.
But I
Either
don't know. I guess
PS4
I'm thinking
phones.
like there ought to be a market for that because Vita games aren't AAA. You know,
That's true.
they don't have the budget for AAA, and
Yeah.
like they often get like PS4 Vita ports.
Yeah.
But depending on if it's a Vita original, the PS4 game is like, oh, I guess you tried. You know,
Who knows,
but it's
man?
clear it's not a real.
PlayStation might come out and have a new handheld. The Vita 2.
I highly doubt it, but
although jokes aside, like people like of course came to me like, so how do you feel about the death of the Vita? And the first thing I said, well, first of all, it was dead before that.
Yeah.
But no, it's like the real thing is like I don't know how this will affect like what will the remaining time the Vita. I'll still give it like 1 maybe 2 years of like activity because there's still games coming out for it and some pretty.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there are actually. I think the Vita's. I don't know. The Vita's death is maybe overrated in the sense that people act as if there's nothing happening, but there is. It's just all Japan.
It's like you see, there are some people like announcing, "Oh, we're gonna make a video game." So there's a slew of people coming, like giving them money. Like I'm following a people doing like a Vita exclusives called Rogue Raiders, like an indie people of mine. They've been getting a whole lot of support, and I'm making a game for Vita, and I know a few others who are making games for Vita still. So. It's still a platform that has big appeal for indies who want to do like because handheld gaming is not as popular, of course, as before, but it's still a niche that's really appreciated. And I don't know if
there's a market there. Someone needs to tap it right.
I guess the question is did those developers, did they move to a new sort of handheld, or did they miss that?
The thing is. I think Nintendo is smart for making it the tablet. As much as I'm not a tablet person, never owned an iPad, never owned any kind of tablet in my life. All I ever see is kids with tablets. All I ever see is kids with iPads. So if they're already used to that size, that shape, and everything, and you know the touch screen, its capabilities, they can already go and they're intuitive to it. Of course, they're going to want it. Of course, if they can have Mario on it, if they can have Minecraft on that too, if they can have and play with the controllers, if they can have Nintendo games on it, seems smart. Seems really smart. The thing about the Vita is you couldn't plug it into your TV, so automatically that's shit.
Nintendo did come out and say like the Switch is going to be like a home console first and foremost.
Yeah,
like they consider it as a home console.
Okay,
which questions the thing? Are they going to drop the 3DS brand? Are they going to drop the handheld division?
Well, there are. I think they're going to wait. I think they are definitely going to wait to see because if it flops completely, they're just going to be like, "Oh, at least
we're going to see this. We're going to see the slow death of the 3DS. We're going to see the slow death of it." Yeah, I still have my 3DS.
I was actually reading something though saying that sales have picked up in like the past 3 months compared to last year.
Yeah,
and it's basically all fallout of
Pokemon
Go, reminding people that Pokemon exists, and people are buying ones in preparation for the new Pokemon. That's pretty much
and
all
to
it
go
is.
back and play the old Pokemon that are on the eShop.
But,
so
there's still some pretty big is coming out like Monster Hunter Generations and Yokai Watch. Being hitting.
There's also that Pikmin game coming out, right?
Oh yeah.
Like that weird
I don't
thing.
think that will move 3DSs all that much, but
nope.
Yeah, there's still high-profile like games coming on the 3DS this year.
Yeah,
and still I think a few more coming out next year. Like I don't know, like if the next Pokemon, like it's probably going to be another Pokemon after this one, and that's probably not going to be on the Switch. It's still probably going to be on the 3DS. So
I don't know, because the 3DS is also getting old. It's also been out for like 5 years, and that's about time. The handhelds usually refresh. So
we're gonna see the slow death of the 3DS. It's probably gonna, I'd say, 2 to 3 years until we stop seeing things come to it like that work that we care about. I'd say the beginning of 2018 to the end of it. But I think that 3DS was a great console, handheld. I think it had a lot of games. I loved it. If they can do what they did with that for the Switch, for the handheld aspect of it, it'll I think it'll sell great. What I'm wondering, or what bothers me, or what makes me feel weird is they say it's a home console, but with the controller like that, the way it is, it seems too enticing to even think about it as a home console. Where it's like, I got this whole tab. Like I'm saying, like I'm gonna have the tablet with the controller things there. It's like huge. Why am I even gonna like use it as a home console if I have that? If I wanna.
The battery life, fam, you're not going to be able to.
Well, that's true, but also me, I don't like go. I'm not. I don't even take my 3DS like out into the street and or walk on use it on the bus or whatever the fuck to play with it. Only at conventions, like so.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like it's as much as it's like, oh, it's a home console. It's like, then why is most of it a mobile thing? Like, it's so clearly a mobile thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a little bit strange, but maybe they're just saying that, get that out there online for people, for the naysayers who are like, oh, I don't want a new 3DS. I want a new Wii. I want that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bring Metroid to it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No Metroid, no buy.
Metroid,
no buy.
Here we go.
Stop it. All right, guys. Let's want to take a break? Or can we just keep rolling through it?
I guess so.
Power through.
Let's just power through into an email we got. This is from weeks ago, and I believe I know who sent this email. It's super short. What's up? What were you saying?
Is it when is the next Comfycast?
Yeah. Hey guys, can't wait till next week's episode. This was from a month ago. I listen every single week, and you are literally the only reason I stay alive. No, I'm just playing. This sounds. I don't know what I'd do if you missed a week. Probably blow my brains out. Thanks. $5.99. No. Okay, so this email is super short, and it says, "Hey guys, been listening since episode 3. Did we ever upload episode 2?
Faithful
Yes.
follower.
Thanks. I was just wondering, do you guys collect anything other than video games, such as video game toys or anything else? Any other huge collections that you have?"
I'm my hands right now.
Thanks. Blah blah. Okay. Oh, we didn't make up a name for this dude. Anyways, who cares? You guys.
Timmy from Montana.
Timmy Montana, the rad dad himself,
Yeah.
wrote that email.
Well, I collect figures, like Revoltech Figma's posable ones, and I actually got in the mail today a Mega Man EXE figure.
Ooh.
For the Mega Man Battle Network series. So, yeah, he's pretty cool. Kind of tiny, but I recommend it if you're a fan of the games.
Nice. I have some toys, a couple amiibos, some figs, statues. I got a couple Nendos. I got Isabelle, Animal Crossing, Mega Man. I just pre-ordered yesterday Mega Man X Nendoroid, which I'm not into Nendoroids really, but for some reason I'm gonna have 3 now. I've got I got some Gundams. I got some Persona figs. The P3 Protag, P4 Protag. Got Aegis. Izanagi, stuff like that. But I don't really collect anything other than that. Video games and some toys. Oh, I have a little Red from Transistor that I bought at PAX West next to my Shovel Knight amiibo on my desk to rep the indies. Mm-hmm. Anybody else? Got anything? Toys? Anything?
Yeah.
What do you got, Varia?
I can't name
booby mouse pads. A closet full of booby mouse pads.
One, so I wouldn't really consider it a collection. But I do have you guys know whatchamacallit? Pop Team Epic, the B Cub comics. The
yeah.
Comics.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I basically have both of them like plushies, like plushie versions. I have a collection of movies that they're just my favorite movies. I'm not sure if I'd consider them a collection because it's not a lot.
It's 5. It's just Reservoir Dogs and Totoro.
No, I don't really
5
like
copies of each.
I don't really watch a lot of anime movies, but it's mostly like westerns, like the spaghetti westerns from that Clint Eastwood made or was starred in. And then it's like stuff like Fargo, Argo,
Nargo and Largo.
Fargo,
Gulgo, Dulgo, and Dulgo, Gulgo. We gotta tell that story sometime.
It's too much of an inside.
Yeah, we'll all right. Movies
and stuff like that.
Mm.
Yeah. Other than that, used to collect stamps when I was a kid.
Cool.
I have a bunch. Yeah, for real. I have this huge folder and a binder of a bunch of Disney stamps that came out like in the 50s and stuff like that. And I have a whole paint of Star Wars. Maybe, but I'm not like selling them. I have a whole paint of Star Wars stamps that came out like a few years ago, like over like 10 years ago.
Oh, that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have like stamps like one for each state It was this
Mhm.
collection that came out like in '06 or something. But it was
Oh,
like
I had a. Remember when they did those coins for each state?
Oh yeah,
Remember
yeah.
Oh, that sounds
I
cool.
actually collected those back in the day. Now that I think about it,
I think I tried to start collecting them. I spent them all on like a double cheeseburger or something. I was like, oh, why am I doing this? Like, it's money. What am I doing? I just had like 10 different states. I was like, fuck this.
Goes by tortilla
Okay.
stand. immediately.
Taco truck, get robbed. No, it's only quarters. That reminds me when you said Star Wars. When I was little, actually, I had all the little Star Wars figs, the little 6-inch
Oh,
figures.
same.
I was
Oh, man,
huge
I had
into them.
So many of those
Oh my
too,
god!
yeah.
And maybe I've told the story to you guys before, but went to a yard sale with my family. We like all grouped up at someone's yard. They had a big yard. Had a yard sale, going great. Took my toys. Right, I'm a little kid, gonna play on the downtime because I'm not selling, Mom. I'm not selling shit. I'm just here to play. Left my toys under the table. Someone asked about them while I was away. My mom sold them all for about $15.
That's rough.
Over 100 Star Wars figs gone.
Yeah,
I cried that day and each day. But anyways,
that's the worst thing I've heard all week.
yeah, it was
Jesus.
horrible. I was mad at my mom for a whole day until she got me ice cream. So, who do you collect anything right now other than video games?
I collect, well, like you guys, I collect a lot of figs. Actually, got a lot of stuff from PAX and also from Tokyo right after. Got 2, like, JoJo figurines I bought in Tokyo. Which are my fucking favorite on my
Nice.
desk right now. I also collect, apart from that, I also collect a lot of art books. Because I'm an autistic
Oh yeah, those are
autistic.
nice.
No, yeah, I usually try to always, like, whenever there's a collector's edition, and I try to look if there's an art book or something like that. I'm still looking to get the Final Fantasy 14 art book too. Like, for
Oh,
some reason,
yeah.
I still didn't manage to get my hands on it.
The lore book came out like 2 days ago, but I don't know if it has art in it, but it's like a bunch of lore of characters.
Yeah, the lore in there is ridiculous.
Yeah, a lot of stuff
You know,
that they don't talk
have
about.
you played the recent update? The one
Just
Soul
yesterday.
I'm still
Oh,
going for the
oh,
story.
who? Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so no spoilers then. Never
Yeah.
mind. But there's
Yeah.
like lore about those characters in that update, like the
Yeah.
Warriors of Darkness. and
Yeah,
stuff
Warriors
like
of
that. It's
Darkness.
pretty cool.
Okay, yeah. No, but that's pretty much what
Art
I get.
books.
Like,
That's an expensive one, man. Because yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. A lot of them are
Like,
collector's editions.
Yeah, it's like
So
I
you've-
was a teenager to try to get not just art books, but like I wanted to get, like, every time there was a collector's edition. I used to collect. Well, this is video games, so I guess it's kind of outside the question, but it's like specific video games. And what was MMOs? I was a huge MMO player at some point.
Ooh.
And I played almost all of them, including like the free-to-play ones that were only in Korean.
EverQuest 1 Hoot
Oh,
edition.
Yeah, no, like I got still like several collector's edition that are sitting around, like from the dead MMOs. Like I have a Vanguard Saga of Heroes collector's edition. That's
Wait a
like,
minute, were you that Mr. Hoot 666 who scammed me and
You-
back in
you fucking
1998?
catfished me.
Oh my
I still love you.
By the way, I'll need 1 million gil.
Let's not talk about who you owe guild to. Who we don't want anyone getting any ideas about who
I'm
you
sorry,
might or
my
might
brother.
not be from an old server. All right, guys, good episode. We'll talk more news next week. Because we are coming back now. We're gonna try to stay, or if not next week, bi-weekly. We're not sure, but we'll be back soon.
Go bi-weekly because probably think we can get more news crammed into one episode.
That actually does sound better. I'm not sure, but thanks for listening, everybody. Again, we all met and we all hang out on dubtrack.fm. Comfy Video Games, Vidya Games with an A. Check us out. Come by, make an account or whatever the hell, and sign up and talk to us and listen to comfy video game music all day while you do your work, like I do.
Or don't.
Or don't. Yeah, or mute it. I don't care. Yeah, thanks for listening. This has been Comfycast episode 19. Stay comfy. Everybody want to say bye?
God. Later.
All right, stay comfy, everybody.
Comfy.